Well, good morning and welcome to what is possibly going to be the final track rotation guide for Series 10, 11 and 12 of the 2024 season. Yes, in around 2 weeks' time, we expect to make our way into the 2025 season based off previous year's start date. So, that means this will become the final track rotation video, and I really hope for the time being this has gave you some really good advice, help, hints and tips. Please, if you are watching this, let me know down in the comments if you have really enjoyed and these have been a massive help. Please do let me know. There's been a lot of work, a lot of hard effort gone into this as well. So please do let me know, even if you've never commented before. But track rotations for Series 10, Series 11, Series 12. Let's get into it. And remember, I will timestamp the video so that it will split it into Series 10, 11 and 12. So you only need to watch the one that you really do require. So, welcome to Series 10 players. If you're just entering Series 10, you're going to be wondering what is in store for you next up. So Series 10 players, you are going after defending. That is what is required, or going to be required now in Series 10. So it is a driver stat for your series of defending. And the circuits that come with it are going to be a tough one. We have Monaco, which is defending and cornering. We have Imola, which is defending and power unit. You have got Hungary, which is cornering and defending. And to round it off, Speed with defending and Monza. 3 difficult tracks and Imola face you in Series 10. This is going to be a hard series for any new Series 10 players. But what to expect from those in Series 10? What are the AI running? And here you go. This is the AI stats for Series 10. So note in that column, defending, that is your defending stats. Now, don't include the drivers that are in black. They are manual inputs of our own stats, so ignore Stroll and Perez in this case. But defending drivers, you can see Leclerc and Bottas, 80 and 78. Verstappen, not too bad. At the top, he's going to be focusing on other stats, though. Norris at 71. So you're going to get some big AI challenges, especially from that Leclerc-Bottas Sainz on the defending stats. And remember, above my head, this is the car stats that they're going to be running. You're going to be seeing a high of around 232 from the Red Bull cars, and then down to 223s on the Ferraris. So it's going to be a very tough series on that. And now we need to get you set up with, first of all, your setup and drivers, and then followed by your strategy maps as well. So, what do we recommend for Series 10? Now, if you know me, power unit is very easy to overcome without having power unit on your car. So instead of going balanced, where we'll run around 150 of every stat, we tend to go and focus on speed and cornering. You can still win on power unit tracks against bots. It's a lot more difficult against real players, but the chances are you're going to beat the real players at speed and cornering circuits, of which there is 3 out of the 4. So obviously your levels, your stats might be different, but as you can see, I've gone for the balance of speed and cornering for this series and forgotten about power unit. You are still going to score massive points in the power unit circuit. So this is the best setup that I highly recommend for Series 10. Now it is defending drivers, and I'm going to be basically telling you Ocon and Yuki Tsunoda are the ones that I would be recommending. Yuki Tsunoda because his race start and his tyre management is so good as well. Now you have got someone like Liam Lawson, but you could put him in over Ocon. He is Series 10, but obviously his defending is a lot less, 11 stats. That's going to mean he's a slower driver. Pierre Gasly doesn't really feature for defending either, and nor does Stroll. So they are what I recommend. It is Yuki Tsunoda and Esteban Ocon for your Series 10. Now your strategy guide for Series 10, we're going to get straight into it. What are you expecting to get? What are your strategies, the boosts that are the best around these circuits? So starting with Hungary, we have got pretty much a 4 medium is going to be your Series 10 strategy, and in the wet it's going to be a 4 wet. You shouldn't be doing anything real different than that. Now the boosts, we also recommend the boosts that feature both the track stats. Hook and Prince are your two best boosts. We've got Movember, Jin, Sar, Cranberry, Reindeer and Downforce. And then you've got the top right track map, 2 places to conserve the power unit. We've got red for attacking. Hungary is a very difficult lap number 1 though. Very difficult turns 1 and 2. So just be careful. It is a bit of a pain of a circuit. And that leads us to the next pain of Monaco. 4 medium, yet again in the dry conditions, and a 4 wet. This is going to be a very common strategy across all 4 circuits. Now, Hook and Prince are in there again with the same boosts. Of course, this is a cornering circuit as well. Now, the top right track map, 3 places in blue to conserve that power unit, with red, that out of the tunnel, the Nouvelle Chicane and the swimming pool section, that big last sector, holding great places for overtaking. What else we got? The third nightmare of a track can be seen at Monza. Now, you're most likely not going to have the soft tyres because you need 90 tyre management. So 4 medium again in the dry, and a 4 wet again in the wet conditions. But this time, Rainbow, Tulip, Vice and Warrior both feature defending and speed. 3 places again on that track map to conserve your power unit. Yellow for medium, there's only 1 place for that. The rest is attacking them corners. And then finally, the final race of this series, it's the easiest one, it's Imola. This is your power unit circuit. And again, it's exactly the same as before on the other tracks. It is a 4 medium and a 4 wet in the wet conditions. Iron Force, Jin, Vice, Gladiator and Exception are the boosts that feature both defending and power unit. You can see how this series is going to be so easy from a strategy point of view. In the dry, it's a 4 medium. In a wet, it's a 4 wet. Now, Imola circuit, 3 places again to conserve the power unit, but this is a circuit that even with low power unit, you should be absolutely flying through this series. So welcome to viewers joining us in Series 11. We have got your tyre management series ready for action, ready to tell you the best strategies, advice, boosts, and where to push wherever you want. We've got it covered for you for your new Series 11. Now, this includes a tyre management and power unit circuit of Silverstone. You've got tyre management and cornering of Spain. You've got tyre management and cornering again of Mexico, and then you're rounding it off with a speed circuit with a trip to Abu Dhabi. So some decent circuits, 2 cornering, 1 speed, 1 power unit in Series 11. Now, the AI are going to be following these conditions. So again, tyre management, look at that tyre management at Series 11. Obviously, the drivers in the black, Norris and Leclerc, they are our own entries, so ignore that one, please. But tyre management, Alonso with his 88 tyre management, Hamilton with 83, Perez with 82, Verstappen with 81 in that tyre management section. They are going to be your fastest AI with the track stat. Now, their car setup is pretty balanced across the way. This is what the AI are running in Series 11. You're going to be getting roughly 267 up to 271 out of the Red Bulls, with the Ferraris coming in at around 262 average on their car component stats. So this is going to be a tricky little series for yous entering Series 11. But this is what we recommend, and don't worry, we have a full strategy guide ready and coming your way. Now, we obviously get rid of the power unit because that is one of the weakest points of the track stats, and you can still score great points in the power unit circuits. If you're against a real player, you're most likely to lose the power unit circuit if they are running power unit. But don't worry, speed and cornering, which counts for 3 of the circuits, you are absolutely going to walk all over them, and against bots, you'll score well in the power unit circuit. So this is what we recommend. We've gone for a balance of speed and cornering for this series, and this works an absolute treat. You can change it around. A few of you might go, well, why don't you use that big Series 11 part? So we could add that in, but obviously you can see the big change of speed and cornering it does. And then you can change to hustle. You can go that if you want to. Go for the 207 on the cornering and speed on the 200 if you want to take that little bit more of an advantage. But I like to go pretty solid, pretty balanced on that speed and cornering just to cover it all off. And you can see that. It's only 3 lower on the cornering, but you're getting 5 more speed for the speed circuit as well. So this is my go-to, and it works an absolute treat. So many of you have good things to say about this type of setup. Now with Series 11, obviously tyre management, you're going to want your drivers. It is Oscar Piastri and Sergio Perez, which feature 2 great drivers for Series 11. But there is other drivers that you can use. And of course, it depends on the stats and the levels that you have on those drivers as well. So obviously going down into Series 11, you could use a little bit of George Russell over Perez depending on your level. If you want to get a bit of extra race start, you can see between the drivers, there's only 5 tyre management between the 2 level 4s. You've obviously got Yuki Tsunoda back down there. If you've got him a high level from Series 6, I would highly recommend Yuki Tsunoda as well, because he holds good defended, good race start, good tyre management as well. So a real sort of changing around that you can do. Try and find the best fit for you dependent on your levels. So Perez, Piastri would be my go-to, but remember that Perez bad race start. So if you've got Yuki high level, I would recommend quite nicely Yuki Tsunoda. So let's get into your strategy maps for the new Series 11. So let's start off with the power unit circuit, which is going to be your worst one. But if you're against a bot, it's going to be a great one. You have got a 3 soft, 4 medium, 4 medium, and 3 soft. It's all about the one stop and the wet conditions.
We've got a new subscriber.
I leave the alerts on so that they get a mention. AHG has just hit the subscribe. They are in the track rotation video. That is why I leave them on. Remember, hit that subscribe. You never know when I'm recording. But a 4 wet, 3 wet, and a 3 wet, 4 wet in the wet conditions. It's all about the one stop. Butterfly, Pretzel, and Frost are your 3 best boosts around here. A lot of boosts are workable with both of the track stats. Surf, Iron Force, Dead Fast, Dragon, and Instinct. Now the top right track map, 4 places to conserve the power unit down every single straight. Silverstone has got a tricky race start, so don't give up after turns 1 or turns 2. There is plenty of room to gain these back over the 7 laps which come at Silverstone. Another circuit is Spain. Cornering, obviously, at Spain. It is all about the one stop. If you're going to take a tyre boost, a 4 soft, 5 medium, 4 soft. If you're not taking a tyre boost, you probably want to go the 4 medium, 5 hard route, if that's the case. And in the wet conditions, you don't ever really get to see Spain in the wet, I must say. But for you, 5 wet, 4 wet, 4 wet, 5 wet is going to be your go-to. Saar and Nazar are the 2 best boosts around this circuit. You've also got Movember, Downforce, and Self Control as well. Top right track map, 2 places to conserve the power unit. This is a really good circuit for a race start, so make sure to get a perfect race start and you can go from back to front within that final second sector. Pretty much 3/4 of the way through, you could be at the front of the grid. The next cornering circuit we have is Mexico, and pretty much a 4 soft around here with a tyre boost. If not, 4 medium, 4 medium. You have got in the wet a 4 wet, 4 wet. You can push that to a 5-3. Can be a little bit more difficult though, so just watch your tyre management on that one. Saar and Nazar though, if you're using them 2 boosts, you'll get that strategy easy. You've got Movember, Downforce, and Self Control as well. 3 places to conserve power unit, including that big long straight at Mexico, where you can gain around 15% power unit just off conserving down that straight. And then finally, the final one is a trip to the very notoriously difficult Abu Dhabi. And this is a one-stop circuit, the 3 soft, 4 medium, 3 soft. And you're going to be expecting no wet conditions, but you never know. It is a 4 wet, 3 wet, 3 wet, 4 wet in Abu Dhabi. Dead Fast, Eternal Flame, and Eagle are the 3 boosts around this circuit, which feature both tyre management and speed. And you've got your track map at the top left, 3 places again to conserve that power unit for your Series 11. Now, welcome to viewers joining us for the track rotation taking in place on Series 12, and the setup. The track rotation that is coming up to you is going to be speed for Series 12. So no more driver stat being the main feature for the past month. you are now having a car component, which is going to make things a little bit easier to set up. Now, it is a speed series. You're going to see the likes of Jeddah come in for tyre management and speed. You have got Shanghai for overtaking and speed. A trip to Austria for defending and speed. And again, above my head, we have got Vegas for race start and speed in Series 12. Now, what do the AI run in Series 12? Obviously, they're running speed setup. They're running balance setup, but this is the speed that they're going to be having. 317 speed for the Red Bulls, and again 305 for the Ferraris. Ignore the ones in black, they are manually inputted by myself for some testing purposes, but you can see the Red Bulls, Ferraris, even the Mercedes are around that 300 speed mark. Their balance stats across the board though in terms of driver stats, so don't worry too much about their driver stats, focus on the car stats and where you need your setup to be. Now, what do we recommend? Here is your setup. It is all about speed. These are the levels that I've got. These are the parts I've got. So this is the best setup that I can get for a full speed setup. Yours might be higher. It might be lower. Now, the best way to set up for the Series 12 speed is to add as much speed as possible. And that is what I have done. 280 speed on the wagon for this one. Now, you can change that around a little bit if you want to. If you find you're starting too far back on the grid, you can go and add some qualifying to see if it helps you. Take Turbojet, for example, add Nemesis. You've got, for example, my levels, I'm going to lose 19 speed, but I might gain 6 qualifying, and that might move me up a few positions. You can go ahead and change around, add more qualifying to see where you start. Find that balance. But most likely top speed is going to be your best friend. Now, with balanced driver stats, because we have got a speed series, drivers gets a little bit more difficult. You can't focus on one stat. So the two drivers that I would recommend so far, and it depends on your levels again, is Leclerc or Norris, because they hold more of a balanced driver set, and also maybe a Lewis Hamilton. Why? Because Hamilton holds decent overtaking, okay defending, good race start and good tyre management, so he covers a fair bit. And it's the same with Leclerc and Norris. Leclerc and Norris hold good defending, good qualifying, good race start, okay tyres. So really, most people you will see will go for that Norris and Leclerc combo because they're just the most two balanced across the 4 circuits. I obviously mentioned Hamilton because if you give up a bit of qualifying and you give up on defending, you're going to get a lot better at 3 circuits, and that is tyre management, race start and overtaking. So I would personally go Hamilton and one of Leclerc or Norris, maybe even look at legendary drivers if you've got them, but that's who I would be running. You can see Alonso, again, his race start's going to be bad. It's really hard to focus on a driver, so you might find yourself using the best level driver that you simply have. I could even look at Yuki Tsunoda. He's not far off being level 6. So that is what I would go to. So them two drivers and your car setup as well. So definitely have a look at that one. So setup wise, this is what we need to go through then for our setups. We're going to start off with Jeddah and good 65 tyre management. You're going to be running a free soft. Anything less than that, mediums is the way to go. You're not really going to get any wet conditions around this circuit, but a free wet if it ever happened to be the case. Dead Fast, Eternal Flame and Eagle are the 3 best boosts around this circuit. The top right track map, you can see the best way to describe Jeddah is attack through the first half of the lap, and then when you see it go red to blue, conserve through the second half of the lap and repeat that every single time. That is the best way around the Jeddah circuit. Our next circuit that we've got goes to Shanghai. This is another speed. We've got the one stop again, the free soft, 4 medium, free soft, and we've also got the 4 wet, 3 wet, 3 wet, 4 wet in those wet conditions. Now we've also got Skull, Eclipse, Firework, Taurus, Unstoppable, Eternal Flame, Hex, Street Shark and Warrior. When I did that, they are the 2 best boosts around this circuit, Firework and Street Shark for the boost selection. And the top right track map, you've got 2 places to conserve in blue, and then you've got a lot of attacking as well. Shanghai is a pretty decent circuit to go and race at, so I'd be expecting you to score pretty well at this circuit, so I'm pretty sure you are going to be doing that. Absolutely. Now, Austria is another circuit. We have got a 4 soft, 4 soft, 2 soft, and a 5 medium, 5 medium. Should be absolutely fine for you. And you've got the same conditions, but in the wet. You've got the 4-4-2 and the 5-5 in wet conditions. Rainbow and Vice are your 2 boosts around this circuit, with Tulip and Warrior as well. Top right track map, 3 places to conserve with Austria. I nearly said Bahrain. With Austria, basically conserve down the straights and attack through them corners as well. And then finally, we've got 1 circuit left to cover of our last track rotation guide of the season. Race start and speed at Las Vegas. Free soft is very similar to Jeddah. 65 tyre management, if not take the mediums. And in the wet, a free wet. Again, a circuit we don't often see wet conditions at. Firework, Rainbow, Street Shark and Timeless are the boosts with a note to serve as well. Conserve down every single straight in Vegas. You're going to get so much more power unit back compared to conserving through the corners. Basically, conserve down the straights and attack through the corners. So that is your track rotation guide complete for Series 10, Series 11 and Series 12. Now, thank you so much for your support through the F1 Clash 2024 season. It's been an absolute blast with many ups and many downs, but we've made it to the end of the season. The last track rotation guide has been completed, and we are going to see you through to the new season. I hope these have absolutely worked a treat. Let me know down below, and good luck for the final few GPs and the new season ahead.